Creating from the heart, the artistry of living. I'm here with Nicole Bissonnette, and she is the make, mover, and shaker of Fish Camp.
I'm trying. The engine's always moving. The engine and the caboose sometimes. But
So, among other things, Nicole makes the best food, the best soup, the best amazing food ever. And I wanted to talk to her about where she learned that.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn all this?
Well, I'm the youngest of 6 kids in an Irish Catholic family with a little bit of French thrown in on the heritage. So we certainly, all of the conversations and everything growing up was around the table. So I always enjoyed being in the kitchen, learned from my parents. My dad's a great grill guy and makes an awesome a lot. But anyway, as I grew up, I went to university and studied French and business. And I always enjoyed cooking for friends. So I was always the one making the soups and making family dinners for friends and all of that kind of thing. And I graduated with business and French from college. And
then you went to France.
And then I went to France. So long story short, I was working for a French bank in Chicago. My apartment was robbed of everything I owned. And I moved to Paris with a backpack 3 weeks later. And
my God.
That is the short of the long story.
There's nothing like stripping down, Nicole.
Right. I had nothing left. They took all of my CDs, and including my Hall & Oates back in the 80s. They left my Hall & Oates. That's the story. They stole every CD I had, left the Hall & Oates, and on that I moved to Paris 3 weeks later with a backpack. My dad had tears in his eyes when he dropped me off at O'Hare, and I was happy for the adventure. Moved to Paris to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And I had one contact, ended up teaching French, worked in a youth hostel, and decided that my heart was in cooking. So I ended up going to the Cordon Bleu in Paris, and I was a translator at the school to help pay for it. And so my adventures began in France, and I was there 6 years learning how to cook.
6
Yeah.
years? Oh
Yes,
my God,
I
no
was.
wonder you're
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So did you spend the whole time in Paris?
I
Or did you go to Lyon?
Well, the funny thing is, I studied my junior year abroad in Strasbourg, France. So my first taste of French food was in the German area, and that's where I first started learning about wine. I was in Paris most of the time. I did my studies at the Cordon Bleu. I interned in a few restaurants, one of which was a Japanese French restaurant called Chozan. So that was fun. And then the manager of that restaurant hired me to open a new restaurant near the Arc de Triomphe in a place called La Floridita, which was a gourmet restaurant, but also cigar bar created in the spirit of Ernest Hemingway. And the funny aside is that I lived in Hemingway's studio in the 5th arrondissement in Rue Descartes, which is the extension of Mouffetard, which everybody kind of knows when they visit Paris. So I've kind of jumped around a lot, but I had a lot of experience in different restaurants in France. And you asked if I had been to Lyon. I spent my 21st birthday in Lyon with my father when I was studying abroad. So we went to a famous restaurant for dinner.
And had canals, I assume?
Yes, exactly. Isn't that funny? So it was called Paul Bocuse. He was one of the top 3-star Michelin restaurants in France. I had my 21st birthday dinner there long before I went to culinary school. I was always interested in food.
This is all around food.
Yes. So, yes, Lyon, I was there for my 21st birthday, but I actually worked in the Loire Valley in another 3-star restaurant called Trois Gros. So I jumped around a lot, and always travel has always been my thing. I've always enjoyed it. And that's where I just feel like everybody gets to know each other around the table, around food and libation.
Right. That's the truth.
Yeah,
it is.
Love it.
And it's the way you maintain families.
That's
I
no
mean,
doubt.
if you can keep them around the table
Right.
and they don't get mad and leave the
Right,
table.
right.
Good.
Well, you keep politics out of it and low alcohol, but we like nice wine, so we appreciate good wine around the table, and it all goes together.
I have a memory from when I was a kid, because my grandmother used to gather us around the table, and my 2 uncles were from very different points of view, and then there was my mother and my father. And when things would get heated up, she'd quietly look up and she'd say, I wonder if those are real topazes.
Yeah.
And that was the sign.
That was the cue.
Cut it.
That's funny. I think it's important, though, to whether you're talking about politics or differing views. I think we've gotten away from civil discourse, and I hate it.
Isn't it?
It's really sad. Like, growing up, my parents were conservative. and their very best friends were from Battle Creek, Michigan, and they were more liberal. And there was nothing wrong with it. They still sat around the table on Sunday afternoon, ate their pork roast, drank their CC and water, and discussed politics.
Yeah.
So, I think it's important that we need to get back to that. I think everyone's gotten very polarized, and it's unfortunate.
Yes.
So let's bring around good food and good wine and good civil discourse and discussion.
I agree. So I assume that's what you're doing here.
Well, that's what.
This is amazing. All the same people come all the time.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
It is fun. I mean, I really enjoy our regulars, the regulars that we built throughout the years. I have people that were just here on Sunday that used to follow me in Valparaiso when I had my restaurant at Bistro 157.
Right.
So when they see the different features that I used to do back in the day, they always come out for them. And there's some of them that I did catered their children's baptisms, first communions, 18th, 21st birthdays, and now a few weddings. So it's fun. I love it.
That's great. Well,
Yeah,
I
love
love the fact that you're here by the lake.
Yeah.
And you can experience all that.
Yeah.
And it's just fabulous. So what are you cooking today?
Actually, I'm working right now on my new menu, so I'm going to do a few trials today on a couple of recipes that I thought sounded good, but we'll see if they're good or not. It's all about trial and error. I get it.
So have you decided on any?
A few, yeah. The thing is with our menu here at Fish Camp, there's not a lot I can change. There's people that come religiously for the shrimp and grits,
Like my
or the
husband.
lobster roll, or Tim's
Right.
pasta,
Right.
and there's just a lot of things that have to remain on the menu. But I try to tweak a few things for seasonality.
And that's for when I show up and like
Right.
the lobster risotto.
yes, halibut. Now we're going into soft shell season, so but I try to keep it fresh. I want to entertain myself too because I love food and trying new things. So
There you go.
I
That's
gotta
a good
I gotta
plan.
keep it interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
So where do we find you if people don't know about you?
Well, I'm on the internet, of course. Facebook. I have Fish Camp from Michigan City on the harbor front. We have our Facebook page. We have a website also. We're open Wednesday through Sunday here at Fish Camp. And then we've got Joe and Freddy's, of course, that we haven't talked about yet, that I opened about 3 years ago. And that one is a little bit more casual, but absolutely 100% from scratch food. The guys are doing a great job over there. That's open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday. Beautiful soups. We've got specials every day. If you follow us on Facebook, we post that all the time. And then my base camp, which is now in year 9 here in 2025, year 9, it's a marina cafe. It's a quick serve. We do breakfast and lunch there. We do homemade pizzas. We have 8 flavors of Velvet ice cream. Everyone loves our
I didn't
quiche
know
over
that.
there. Oh yeah. And then we've got a souvenir shop of all Michigan City and Indiana Dunes souvenirs. We've got jewelry, artisan things over there. So we're really amping up and gearing up for that.
I
have
this.
lovely, great managers in all 3 places that I'm very grateful for, and longstanding crew. So we've got a great thing going.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. This is fabulous. And back in the day, in COVID, you even delivered to Beverly Shores.
Oh my gosh,
It was amazing.
That was fun. So COVID, that was one where you had to really step up and figure out what you were doing. So I'd get in the kitchens at 5 in the morning and I'd make pot roast to go and I'd do videos in my kitchen. Please come support my people. And then we did what do we call it? We called it the Great American Neighborhood Takeout.
Right.
So I called all my people in Beverly Shores who can help, and Teresa O'Neill, of course, was awesome in that regard. And I can't remember, there was a lot of people that helped that endeavor. So I took orders via text, via messenger, via email, and everyone pre-ordered what they wanted.
And you could even pre-order your drinks.
And I did cocktail kits. I did it all. So whatever you want, I'm doing it for you. So I brought a couple of staff members. We set up right by the beach and everybody came in their golf carts and their convertibles. Remember Frank and his red convertible, and they came and got all their takeout bags from all the crew right there in the lakefront. Everybody was masks. It was a pretty cool endeavor. Yeah, that's when your people show up for you.
It's like stepping up.
It was
really
amazing.
great.
Everybody,
is great.
Eisenhower, everybody came out to help on that endeavor. That was a lot of fun, for sure. Very
Yeah.
rewarding.
I love it.
Yeah,
Keep
fun.
up the good work.
Yeah, I have a great crew. It's not one person that does it. It is
It is a group.
It is a group. There's no doubt about it. Angie, Kelly, all the chefs, everybody's just doing a great job.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm so happy
Yeah.
because I'm a Thursday night regular.
Yes, you are. And you've got to know all the other Thursday night
That's
regulars.
right.
It's like a family. Love it.
So thank you, Nicole, for
Yes.
chatting with us today. And we'll see you next time. Bye.